Welcome to Math 8 Review, Unit 1A, Lesson 6, Dimensional Analysis. The important thing for this lesson, I didn't write it down in the little table, I will need to write that here. So after this lesson, you will be able to convert from one unit to another. Now, if you have taken advanced science, this will not be new for you. If you have not, it will be brand new. So we'll take this a little bit slower. So now we are going to solve everything using what's called unit cancellation or dimensional analysis. Our job is to round to the nearest hundredth if necessary, and we have these conversion factors off to the side. You won't always see everything you need in the conversion factor. Sometimes you'll need life knowledge of them. So you've got 5,400 inches and you want to change it to miles. You might find a calculator handy for this. I have mine near me. So 5,400 inches. So I'm going to write that down. And I know my end result is I need to get inches to miles. So I need to think to myself, okay, so what do I know? And one of the conversions that is not here, but we expect you to know, is that there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So that's not on your conversion chart, but you do see 1 mile is 5,280 feet is on your conversion chart. So if I can get inches to feet, I'm off to a great start. So I'm going to use my knowledge of fraction canceling, knowing that the top and the bottom can cross cancel. And I will say that this 1 foot has 12 inches in it. Notice that the foot is on the top, the inches are on the bottom so that I can cancel inches out. So now if I multiply this across, I have 5,400 feet over, this is like over 1 times 12, over 12. Go ahead and do your division. 5,400 divided by 12 gives you 450 feet. So 5,400 inches converts to 450 feet. I'm partway through. Now I can use the information that 1 mile is 5,280 feet. Ask yourself, where should the feet go, on the top or the bottom? And since it's on the top here, it needs to go on the bottom so it can cancel out. So I know that 5,280 feet are on the bottom and 1 mile is on the top. So I will cancel this out, multiply across 450 miles over 5,280. Well, it's going to be a fraction, so 450 divided by 5,280. I'm going to leave this as a decimal actually. I end up with 0.085. It says round to the nearest hundredth, so it's approximately 0.09 miles. Not even a tenth of a mile is 5,400 inches. Okay, next one. Solve using unit cancellation, 16 weeks to seconds. So look up in your conversion chart, you'll see no information about time. So that's interesting. This is where we rely on your knowledge. So I'm going to start with 16 weeks, and I know I'm trying to get to seconds in the end. So it might first make sense to get down to days, because you start with weeks, then you've got to get down to days, then you have to get down to hours, then you have to get down to minutes, and then you have to get down to seconds. So I'm going to show you a shorter way to do this so you don't have quite as much writing. So ask yourself, how many days in a week? We know that, right? 7. So you're going to say 7 days over 1 week. And you'll see, okay, that means after this calculation, I'll be left with days. Ask yourself, how many hours are in a day? You know, 24 hours in 1 day. Okay, so cancel out your days. Now you're down to hours. Ask yourself, how many minutes in an hour? Okay, so we know there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. And I'm almost out of room here, but I think I can do it. My hours will cancel. Now I'm down to minutes. Ask yourself, how many seconds are in a minute? 60 seconds in 1 minute. Cancel. So I'll be back to red here. Now your answer is going to be seconds. Now what's cool about this, you can put your 1, and all you're going to be multiplying is your 16 times 7 times 24 times 60 times 60. That's going to be a big number. 16 times 7 times 24 times 60 times 60. I come up with 9,676,800 seconds in 16 weeks. So I think that's really fun. I hope you do too. Now this says same thing, yards to centimeters. So look over at your conversions and I can see that an inch goes to centimeters and I can see feet goes to yards. Sweet, I've got all the conversions I need. I don't need to know this in my head. 58 yards. So you're gonna first change your yards to feet. So you know there's 3 feet in 1 yard, and you can cancel your yards on the top and the bottom. Now you know you've got to get from feet to inches, okay? So one thing is missing there. You don't have your feet to inches, but you do know how many feet are in an inch. So you're gonna say 1 inch, or I'm sorry, 12 inches to 1 foot. So you'll show your cancellation, and now you're ready to use that conversion factor of 1 inch goes to 2.54 centimeters. So you're going to say, okay, 2.54 centimeters, that's where we want on top, to 1 inch. Cancel out, and you're left with a multiplication of 58 times 3 times 12 times 2.4. Let's see it. 58 times 3 times 12 times 2.54. So I end up with 5,303.52, no need to round, centimeters. And they wanted us to go to centimeters. Before I do the last one, I urge you to try this on your own and then check the work with this. So I'm gonna assume you've paused, you've tried it on your own, 342 days. You're trying to get to seconds. So again, day, minutes, well, no, I gotta do hours, right? Day, hours, minutes, seconds. Conversion chart doesn't help us. So I know that in 1 day there's 24 hours. I can cancel off my days. In 24 hours, I know that I've got to go to minutes. So I know that in 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. Cancel that out. I know that in 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. So now I'm multiplying across after I do my cancellation here. Multiply 342 times 24 times 60 times 60. So 342 times 24 times 60 times 60. And I end up with a massive number again. Put my commas. So 800, 548, and 29. So I have 29,548,800 seconds. So think about 342 days is almost a full year. So we have seconds. All right, that concludes dimensional analysis. Thanks for watching.